Kind of
shit! I broke my Switch too.
Kind of like this next topic that we're going into.
Yeah.
And
to be fair, there is a positive end to this story, but is it positive? Look,
I don't know.
Let's just get into this because there's an article about IGN. When IGN's covering it, sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen it other places.
Yeah,
too,
I know, but when IGN covers it, it usually means it's kind of a little bit of a serious thing here. So IGN's out here saying Nintendo Switch 2 screen punctures ruin launch day for fans due to store receipts stapled to console box. Oh man, did we get someone added in? No, it's Thunderstash. What are you doing?
Running away again.
It's his internet. It's his internet or whatever network he's on, whatever Wi-Fi he's on. So this IGN article is wild. And because it's true, we've seen lots and lots of photos all day long. Nintendo Switch 2 owners are opening consoles with punctured screens, and it's not Nintendo's fault, although some people are kind of blaming Nintendo a little bit. Well, I'll say this. The reason the screens got punctured is because certain GameStops were stapling the receipts to the box. Now, if you open your Switch 2 box, you'll notice it's a thin piece of cardboard, and then there's your console.
Now, there's a small piece of foam, and
the console doesn't move.
The
console doesn't move. It's secure in there, and you could probably drop it flat on there, and nothing's going to happen. But it is thin. But I'm not going to blame Nintendo for this because nobody should be stapling things to your box.
There was in this article, it did kind of make a point that they probably why are you putting it screen up? Put the damn screen down.
Don't care.
And then put at least a little bit of something.
I don't care.
There.
I don't care.
So
I don't care. Don't staple shit to my retail box.
You're right. But there is, I would say, maybe a 2% thing on Nintendo.
This is where you can call me shield. Don't staple shit to my box.
I mean, yes.
But from the photos that I saw, they looked like more. They didn't look like your typical like paper stapler. They looked more like the industrial type staples. God. That's just what I thought from the photos. I could be wrong. I'm not. I'm not a staple guy.
Yeah, we'll get to the photos
in the comments.
No, I think it was a normal stapler. They just opened it up and then pushed it down.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like to me. And staples can be like that thick. So they got to think about how thick a material it'd have to be for that not to actually hit the screen. And even if you flipped it upside down, it would have scratched and put damage to the back. That's not good either. Better than the screen. But as I said, there's a little bit of a positive end to the story. But anyway, so the GameStop stapled the receipt for me and my friend Switch shoes to the box. And you're gonna get down here and you're gonna see stuff like this. And this is where there's some right here too, but I'm gonna focus on this one because there's actually an update on this tweet. But you can look at it. You can see right here. You can see the receipt going down the box. So this GameStop and other ones, this one too, they physically stapled this to your thing. What's wild to me is they have a rubber band.
Oh yeah.
Why the fuck are you stapling when you're rubber banded it anyways?
Oh yeah.
And this happened to like hundreds and hundreds. I think there was like 4 different stores so far confirmed. It's like over 1,000 units. And let me show you. You guys haven't even seen the damage yet. Okay, there it is puncturing through the box, right? There it is puncturing through the plastic. There it is on the screen. You see these 2 little dots? That's the fucking staple. Went right into the screen.
I don't think it's showing.
Yeah, it's not showing.
No.
What do you mean it's not showing?
No, it's showing. It's still on the...
All right, hold on. Yeah. I got it.
I mean, you could see it, but not well.
No, right here. Here. So, what I was trying to show is, you go back here.
There's the rubber band.
There's the rubber band. There's a rubber band. So why are we stapling? Rubber band makes sense. I'm fine with it. It does no damage to anything.
No.
Rubber band. Makes sense. Cheap.
Well, also, real quick, if you're going to staple to the box, which you shouldn't be, there's people who like boxes as collectibles who are collectors and want to keep their stuff pristine.
Absolutely.
So, like,
you think like GameStop would know that?
I have like all my console boxes still, both PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox, even though I've only owned 2 Xboxes. But I have all the boxes. I got my DS boxes still. I keep them. They're in my game room. You guys can't see them from this angle. I've got like my games and stuff like that on this side. But like Don't do that. People like to keep their packaging nice.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you are going to do it, why wouldn't they just fold it in half and staple it to the top? Why to the face? Why to the face of the box?
I have
Not
two
saying
comments
that,
as
like,
well.
obviously, yes, there could have been better forethought into the packaging. I think that goes for every manufacturer right now, every company. Dude, the PS5 box, which I still have mine, mine, like the cardboard's so thin on it, like I was trying to carefully open it without tearing the cardboard. It was impossible. There's a big tear on mine. So I don't know. Like, yes, they could have done more padding, and maybe they should have. When I opened mine, obviously my receipt wasn't stapled to mine. Everything looked nice and secure to me. This to me is just a really bad oversight.
Imagine if you stapled a receipt to a game box. You could damage the game. Think about it. Like a PS5 disc box. Go ahead, staple the receipt to it. Ruin the disc.
Yeah, I think it's more like. Listen, I think both sides could have done better, but I think like the fact of like stapling into someone's product is never a good idea, regardless of whether or not someone gives a shit about the box.
It's damaging.
I just don't think you should be doing it.
Yeah.
If I go and buy a watermelon, I don't want the clerk to staple my receipt into the watermelon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why is it stacked like drunken Jenga?
There is that.
So this is the one. So
is this
what
they did?
So okay. So listen, I don't mind how it's stacked. We went to. So this gets into the larger conversation about launch and how it was handled.
Oh boy.
So like I think that this GameStop, what they did is they took everyone's stuff and they pre-put it together so they can get them in and out of the store super quick. That's why it's stacked this way. This is what you pre-ordered, pre-put together. Give it to you, get it out of here quick, right? Now, the thing is, GameStop has bags. They could have used bags.
Yeah.
And they could have stapled the receipt to the handle of the bag.
Every respectable business has a bag.
We know they have bags. They gave us bags.
Well, there's your problem, Stash. You said
that is the problem. Yeah, you know what? That's part of the problem. My other comment is they need apparently training in video game collecting etiquette. You never staple anything.
That's a bad thing as a game store.
Yeah.
As a game store, like, come on, man. GameStop.
I don't mind the rubber band as like a quick solution if you ran out of bags.
Right.
But the rubber band makes it so you don't need to staple the receipt. That's what I don't get. You already have the solution that doesn't damage anything.
So
I don't even like the rubber band. I'll be honest. I don't like either of them.
Well, no, I don't like the rubber band.
It looks like it's gonna tip over, man.
You know, I don't like the rubber band, but I'd rather they do that than staple something through my box.
How about you just hand it to me?
Well, they couldn't.
and just stack it like I'm bringing in like like a couple 12 packs of soda. You know, like when you go to Costco and you try and carry like 5 of them in. Just stack them all. Just stack them all in my hands, man. That's not as heavy.
They should do like a Target for console launches. Just do drive up delivery, man.
So
have some carts.
What I'm trying to point out is like they're trying to be organized because we had situations like Sumbro Nation where they didn't have things pre-done, and it took 45 minutes for like 20 people to get through the store because they didn't have the shit pre-organized to hand to you.
My GameStop killed it. So did my Best Buy.
Yes, it's all up to the managers not being dumbasses.
Yep, that's how it always is, though.
Yeah,
anywhere you go in life, you can go to 5 different Walmarts. They're all ran differently.
So, anyways, you can see it go through the box. You can see it go through the plastic, and obviously you can see it right here. Like,
you'd have to zoom in.
Oh God,
maybe
I can't zoom in. That's literally as far as it goes. If I zoom in, the picture gets smaller.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you can kind of see next to the France, Canada.
Yep.
You can see these little specks. Those are punctures from the staple. You can see rear on the box. Like this is the box. Like look where they stapled it. Like right where if you open the box, the switch to is right here.
It's damaged goods.
Yeah, it's damaged. I mean, there's just
sell that on Woot.
But here's the thing: it happened to a ton of using, like thousands of units. Now, the reason I wanted to bring up this person,
it's horseshit.
See if it's working. Okay, it looks like it's working. Is
complete horseshit.
There is, despite this being a horrible story, GameStop did right.
Mhm.
Okay, so the generally, and I'm gonna have to wait 3 months for a restock. I think it's a little bit of an exaggeration because they're gonna have to take care of this, right? It's damaged. They damaged your goods, right? GameStop's responsible. So all these people had it done to their unit, right? Because they were all at that particular GameStop. But this is the update. For all those wondering, this GameStop branch actually came in clutch. The branch sourced around New York and New Jersey to provide replacements to everyone this happened to.
Wow.
Not ideal, but this is day one, and they got it fixed.
That's cool.
So credit to GameStop for being like, we fucked up. And we got to fix this today. Launch day, we got to fix this now. Any GameStop with extra units, we fucking need them. Because we fucked up their systems. You know who's in trouble? The manager of that GameStop. That manager of the GameStop might not be a manager anymore. I'm just throwing that out there. So bringing up this story, which there could be horror stories in other countries. And again, this all comes down to management and whether they're being good or bad. In this case, at these particular GameStops, really fucking stupid. Again, I was at GameStop, and our launch story is they didn't have any of our shit ready. And they were only letting 2 people in the store at a time. But at least they gave it to us in a bag.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like right in front of us. We saw everything. We're all good, right?
Well,
like nothing was damaged. I'm missing an item. I'm missing a charge grip I got to call them about, but I totally spaced out on it. He asked me to check the bag, and I don't know, dude, I'm excited. I want to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Anyways, so I'm really happy that they were able to get all those units replaced same day. Like that's the biggest thing is that those people that have to wait for like RMA and wait for GameStop to process. No, they knew they fucked up, and GameStop said, "No, we have extra units at other stores. We're taking care of this. We're not gonna." Yeah, good on GameStop for that part. The reaction to the fuck up was good. The fuck up shouldn't have happened. And that manager is probably in a shitload of trouble because he just cost GameStop a lot of money. Because GameStop's gonna have to eat those units now. So GameStop ain't happy about the thousands of units they had to eat up. That being said, I wanted to talk about our launch experiences because it's something we can talk about. Like we all have a Switch too, right? We all had our different launch experiences. Our launch experience was fine. No major complaints. Our GameStop didn't do anything special. There was not pretty much nothing. There was a costume.
We were the special.
We were. He literally thanked us.
Yeah.
We went in the store to get our stuff. He's like, "Thank you so much for like running the show you were doing out there and the music and like you guys made this just so much better for everyone." I'm like, Yeah, I know. You're welcome for doing. As in my mama, you're welcome for doing your job.
Yeah.
The thing you told us you don't have enough employees to do. We're 2 people. You have 3. Like, you could have played music. Wouldn't have killed you. You know, I played it off the Nintendo Music app. It's free. You could have just played music. At least put a Bluetooth speaker outside. You know, like not a big deal. You know, like I don't know what we're doing. I gave away some accessories I had extra from sponsors. Whatever. You know, you could have given away more than a gift card for a costume contest. That's a choice you made. You could have gave away more stuff. You didn't. You know, like I didn't tell him what to do, but I'm like, it's funny being thanked when we have less people than you do. And the excuse you gave us for not doing more is you don't have enough people. I don't know. I like proper planning. You could have did something more. Like he talked about, well, we tried to get a food truck, but you didn't try that hard. Don't even. You emailed one company randomly, didn't get a response, and that's all you tried. That's the way I feel. By the way, I love you, man. I think you're a good dude.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say. Next time you have a midnight launch event for Nintendo, whether it's DK Bonanza or whether it's going to be like, I don't know if Bonanza's going to get one, but it sounds like Legends Arceus. Not Arceus, sorry. ZA is probably going to because Pokemon's huge there. So it sounds like they're going to have a midnight launch for that. I was like, how about you just get a hold of me sooner and I can do the plans for you if you give me the budget. You tell me the budget, I'll do all the planning because I'll be out there. I'll be live streaming it. I want my fans to see some cool shit. Dude, there were parties going on. There were GameStops and Best Buys throwing literal like block parties with gaming tournaments and music and food. Some of the people in the chat, you guys were at those things. I was getting pictures and videos sent to me all night of people just having like the greatest launch. I've never had a launch experience like that. The best I got was a GameStop in the mall. They handed me a little gift bag with a Red Bull and a piece of beef jerky. That was for World of Warcraft.
Yep.
I'm like, why can't I have the big party? Why am I the party?
Because we live in small towns.
So here's the thing. Obviously, he doesn't mind me streaming there. All the people, they just let you stream outside. Stop it!
yes, we were able to stream outside.
Not only does he let it, he wants it because they want the attention.
Mm-hmm.
But more than that, that was our launch experience. It was mostly fine. We were the party. Everyone seemed to have a good time. We had kids dancing. We were making kids' days with some of the accessories we gave away, and it was good times. Yeah. Adults were having a good time too.
Yeah.
So it was all good, man. It was a good experience, but that's because we made it a good experience. Outside of missing the charge grip, and outside of like, I don't know,
blowing out a fuse in my car and then having to go buy a generator.
Yeah, we blew a fuse in Eric's car and had to go buy a generator. Yeah,
well, I guess they didn't have any more fuses at
Walmart.
That
Walmart was out of fuses. We're like, well, they're not out of four gas generators. I guess we'll get one of those.
Yeah, right.
What a shocker! Hardly anyone ever buys gas generators. You just have them ready and stock. Who knew? So now I'm the proud owner of a $400 gas generator. For the next time we have to do this,
it's a pretty nice generator though,
and it worked. Yeah. And we did the show, and things were fine.
Yeah.
That being said, it was a good launch experience. Overall, I would say GameStop didn't provide much of a launch experience, but you know what? They didn't staple my receipt.
There is that.
So I got it in a bag, and technically it's partially my fault because he asked me to check the bag, and I didn't see the missing charge grip. So
tape is still not even a good idea.
I don't want tape on my box.
No,
Fuck no.
That could
you're gonna rip the box. No, I don't want tape.
No,
I don't mind when it's like the little seal tape. You can just cut that with a knife.
Right.
No, I don't want tape on my box. No.
Yeah.
No. That being said, your guys' launch experiences.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear. Like Sash, it sounded like you had a really good one.
Yeah. It was a great time. We got there early. So early that nobody was there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, my GameStop, dude, they were as efficient as could be. This is like peak efficiency for GameStop. I've never seen them on this level before. And I was impressed. Yeah, I let them know too, of course. I let the whole staff know they did such a great job, the manager there. And basically what it was is that I had my pre-order receipt, and starting at 3:00, you just walk in there, bring your pre-order receipt. They do everything at the register. They ask you all the bullshit questions that they have to ask you, which we all know, like they have to do it. It's part of their job.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And as we know, a lot of times their hours are tied to that stuff, which sucks. I have zero interest, obviously, in buying it, and a lot of people feel the same way, but they got to do their job. So they get all that bullshit out of the way. Check you out. They give you a number. I got number 77. And then I just come back, and they hand it to me. They handed it to me in a bag. They had cookies in there. They had bottles of water because, it's Arizona. So, you really need water. It's very hot outside. They had cookies in there, cupcakes, chips, all sorts of stuff. Of course, I was enjoying my nice celebratory cigar for the occasion. I got to talk with a lot of people. Yeah, there was people that know me from the channel and from the podcast, and Michaela was with me, and she's always like, "That's so cool." I'm like, "I know, it's kind of crazy." So it was nice to be able to like meet some people in person, and that just never gets old. And then we went to Best Buy. Cigars still lit, of course, because I smoke cigars in my Jeep. Why not? Crack the windows a little bit. It's all good. It smells good in there too. Went to Best Buy, and same thing. I ran into some people there as well. And Best Buy, once again, like they knocked it out of the park. And you guys know, I have had a lot of mishaps, let's say, with Best Buy. And they killed it. Smooth sailing. Not only that, but like the staff too. The vibe was right. They were happy. It wasn't a bullshit smile. Like you can always tell that, right? You can always tell. Like people are genuinely happy in there and having a good time. Like, this is great, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this couldn't have went any better. So we got there early. We had our chairs. We were first in line and everything. And the sun's shining down on us. It's 100 and something. I'm already sweating after like 45 seconds just standing there.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Michaela and the GameStop, I think the assistant manager, he was like saying, yeah, I don't expect anyone here until like 8:30 because we've pretty much checked everybody out already. So all people have to do is come grab it at 9. So we just went, we got pizza, had some beers across the street. And again, that's usually not something I would do during the week, but it was nice. It was nice. Nice change of pace. Got me off the mountain. People have a hard time getting me off the mountain, as they always say. So I had a good time, man. And obviously, lots of great conversations. I talked to everybody in line. Everybody asked about, YouTube and the podcast, and it was just great conversations as always. That's why I always tell everyone you got to go out and do these things. So that was my night. Great time, man.
All right. Alyssa, how did your launch go?
Well, I didn't get a staple in my box. I got handed a bag. So they tried to separate the lines between the people that came and did like the prepay like that day of like June 4th then yesterday.
Yep.
So they had one line for that and then a line for anybody else that didn't prepay or didn't prepay that day. So I kind of felt like it takes me like 20 minutes to get there and then 20 minutes to come home and then I'm going to go back there later. So I was like, I'm not going to drive and go do the prepay. So me and like 3 other people were in the separate line. But of course, the first person in the line didn't have the prepay. So it caused all this like conflict. And then she was in there for like 10, 15 minutes. I wasn't one of the people, but when she walked out, everybody went boo.
Brutal.
Yeah, so that was annoying. I didn't leave until like 1:15. So, and there was probably like, I think they originally had like 35 units, but they might have gotten some more because it looked like there were way more than 35 people there.
Yeah.
But the people that did go in and get theirs, it was pretty quick, but they also did the only 2 people in at a time thing. They had 2 people inside, so 1 per cash register, and then the 1 guy outside. And the guy outside made, like, he was clear. We understood, but there was a few people in there that didn't listen or just didn't care. And then that caused issues with their system because they said if it was all the prepaid ones, they could make it go out way faster because I guess they have to switch between like the checkout process. But I'm just happy I got it. No staples in it. She did almost drop my Switch when she put it in the box though, and I was gonna lose my mind if she almost dropped it. I was like, they gave me the wrong case too at first. I'm like, she gave me like the Nintendo one, but I got the GameStop one that holds like the dock and everything. So I was like, oh, that's not the one I got. So she had to go back and get it. I'm like, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
So I recommend going and prepaying. Yeah. You will save time. Actually, I didn't think I would, but you would.
There you go. All right, Game Bird.
Man, my experience was obviously different than you guys. I didn't get my Switch until today.
Oh, you were tripping.
I was tripping, dude.
You were bad. You were.
I felt bad for you.
Yeah, right.
Dude, I was tripping. So, I had the Walmart pre-order from, pre-order night when we all pre-ordered together. And there was just no way that I was going to be able to, as a backup, go to GameStop last night. I had other things going on. I've been having some maintenance done at the house. And there was just no way it was going to happen. And so I had pre-ordered a unit for myself. My wife helped my friend who just couldn't get through my best friend who couldn't get through the queues, and she was able to pre-order instantly for him. So he was going to come up late that night and stay the night, which he did. And man, everyone, my wife, co-workers that I have who pre-ordered it, they were all getting your orders preparing to ship. Nothing from me. I'm like checking every day all week up till yesterday, man. and nothing. And my wife, she's like, yeah, I got the email like 4 days ago. His was saying, my friend's pre-order that she had was saying delivering by 9 a.m. And mine just said pre-order arrives July 5th. And it was just an order place. No preparing,
July 5th.
nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, or sorry,
Dude,
June
I'd be
5th. Sorry.
Okay, I
I
was
was
saying,
sorry,
okay.
sorry.
Okay, I was
No,
like, oh,
I-
I'm like, oh, I shit myself.
I misspoke. June 5th. And so I was pretty panicking. I obviously was messaging in our group chat, like, dude, what's going on, guys? Stash is like calming me down a little bit with like a theory that makes sense. I end up calling Walmart. And the guy was no help at all. And like legit no
You
help.
don't say.
Telling him what's going on. I'm like, hey, I know a handful of other people who have ordered this item. They've all like days ago gotten the notification. Mine has no updates. Like, is mine coming tomorrow? And he's like, let me look at it. And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, I see it says expected to arrive June 5th. And he doesn't give me any details outside of that. He's like, yeah, you should be good to go. I'm like, but I haven't received like any preparing to ship notification. And I'm like, what are you seeing on your end? He's like, yeah, I'm seeing that it's expected to arrive June 5th. I'm like, dude, this guy's looking at the same screen that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Like, he has like no like extra information. I'm like, dude, are you looking at the same just like status as me on the app? Like, what are you looking at? And he told me, he's like, listen, man, he's like, I wouldn't worry about it. He's like, it should be delivering tomorrow, but like if it doesn't, you'll know. I'm like, yeah, duh. Duh.
What? If it
Of
doesn't,
course
you'll
I'll know
know.
if it doesn't, because I'll be sitting at the door waiting all day for it. So anyways, it's about 4:00, I think, when I message you guys, and I finally get the notification preparing to ship. I don't have like the time or anything. It's just the preparing to ship. And it wasn't until it must have been like around 11 p.m. I was checking all day. I was paranoid. It said expected to deliver 9 a.m. tomorrow. So I was super stoked. I go to bed. My buddy goes to bed. He's sleeping on my couch. My wife wakes me up at like 7:15 in the morning, and she's like, hey, your friend's console delivered this morning at 7 a.m. My eyes light up and stuff. I'm all groggy and I'm like, did mine come too? And she's like, no, not yet. So she's like, yeah.
Why are you waking me up? What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm like, has he been up for a while? And she's all, yeah, he's super excited, but he doesn't want to open it until you woke up because he feels bad and he wants you to be able to not walk out to like set up Switch 2 that he's playing. He I'm like, open it what a guy. Oh, and by the way, I got to give a big shout out to my buddy because I was letting him know as well that like, hey man, mine might not be coming tomorrow. I'm not sure what's going on. And he's like, well, hey man, you help me get a pre-order. He's like, if you want and yours doesn't come, you could just hang on to mine. And then maybe if you want to bring it down over the weekend. And I was like, dude, like, that's super nice, but I'm not going to rob you of your day one Switch experience and taking that home. That's your Switch. Mm-hmm. We helped you get it. Super nice of him. But anyways, I'm waiting around. We set up his. We're super excited. We're playing Mario. It doesn't even matter. Like, yes, I'm annoyed because it was guaranteed by 9 a.m., but we're playing Mario Kart and having a freaking blast and laughing. And of course, the occasional, I wonder when mine's coming, hoping that it still delivers. Ended up delivering around like 1 p.m. So I was stoked.
Nice.
And we just had fun. Again, we played like 90%, but yeah, it was an emotional roller coaster. The whole process from the wild pre-order night to delivery day, man. Dude. So Walmart pulled through, but I do think that they should be careful about saying, hey, we guarantee delivery by this time. If it's going to deliver at 1 p.m. And I've had people like pop in and chat and say like, hey, mine's not coming till tomorrow. It's 5 p.m. Mine hasn't delivered yet. So
did you get Pringles though?
No, I didn't get Pringles, but my buddy got Pringles. He got Pringles in a 20-ounce bottle of Coke.
Yeah,
late.
Yeah.
They didn't give you.
There's
what
the
flavor. What flavor is that? Chili?
Hot ones. Is what my buddy didn't want it. He
you
gave
guys
it to
got
me,
some
so I
good
did
ones.
get it. Yeah. Do you guys are you guys the Walmart premium subscribers? Because my wife is,
No,
and they
I'm not.
include it with his.
No, so what?
So they just didn't give it to me.
No.
So they
No,
just
no,
hate
no,
my
no.
ass.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Pretty much.
Walmart just hates you.
so listen, I would have been even more pissed off if Walmart would have been my personal one. It was a giveaway one, so it was whatever if it didn't arrive on time. But I got charged for it 4 times in the last week, so I had like $2,000 just out of my bank for no fucking reason.
4 times from Walmart.
4 times, yeah, 4 fucking times. Got it. Yeah, I got it all back yesterday.
Did you have to fight to get it back, or did it just automatically come?
It automatically came back, but it was yesterday that it came back. And there was no updates on my order that it was ever coming until 6:30 this morning.
Yeah.
I got
Wow.
one text. Hey, your unit's arriving at 7:21 a.m. I'm like, what? No, I at that point had not even like looked online yet. I was like, okay, my kid just got to school. I'm getting ready for the stream. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, why is this bag so big? Oh fuck. They gave me some Pringles and some Coke, baby. Yeah. So I was asking around, and pretty much anyone that got the guaranteed 9 a.m., they got it. So anyone who got it, yeah, yours wasn't guaranteed 9 a.m. because you got it at 1 p.m.
They told me it was guaranteed. They lied. They told me.
Should have been.
Should have got a free pizza.
Yeah, right.
That's how it
Yeah,
works.
dude.
Should've.
Turtle style, man.
Free
But
Domino's.
anyone who got it 9 a.m. and earlier got this. It wasn't a premium thing. So yeah.
Yeah, I do wonder if there is some sort of legal action I could take for the amount of emotional
Emotional damage of you delivered 4 hours late, and I didn't get my Pringles.
Right.
Yeah, dude, I requested work off today in anticipation for a 9 a.m. delivery.
4 hours of
I could
work.
have worked half the day.
You know what? Now I want a case of Pringles, motherfucker.
Just don't get the beer flavored ones.
Oh god.
That might be a Wisconsin thing, but
He bought like 3 different flavors of Miller Lite flavored Pringle chips yesterday. I was like, what are you doing? None of these sound good.
they're beer can chicken, beer brats,
What?
beer braised,
Can chicken.
beer braised steak,
They all taste
then
like shit.
loaded potato.
Wait. This is what? This is Pringles?
Pringles, yeah.
Is this only in your guys'
It might be.
state,
fascinating.
possibly?
It might be. It might be a pairing with Miller Lite.
Like a local flavor kind of thing?
It might be. Yeah.
I
Dude.
don't know.
We don't know.
How are they?
Disgusting.
Terrible.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
No, I kept thinking, you know what? If I was having a Miller Lite while I ate them, I might have thought different.
I hate beer.
'Cause
But
I drink Miller Lite. Yeah, you hate beer, so why are you buying beer flavored shit?
Hey, Miller Lite or High Life?
it was Miller Lite.
No, what do you drink? Miller Lite or High Life?
I drink Miller Lite.
High Life, baby.
I like High Life too. And lately, because of the
Champagne.
calorie cutting, as I'm sitting here eating the fucking Pringles they sent me, because I never buy myself chips.
Right.
Lately I've been doing just the MGD 64s because I'm trying to cut the calories down. But
And because of Nintendo 64, of course.
well, I mean, that's
Absolutely.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you forgot
Only reason.
Nintendo.
Only
Half
reason.
the reason why.
Yeah, I'm not a
thought
Miller.
Yeah.
I'm not a Miller Lite guy. You know what kind of crappy beer that I enjoy? It might just be the can that I like. The can I like holding the can. PBR.
Oh,
Yeah.
PBR is class.
I know
Yeah.
it's. I know it's.
everyone's happy.
Hey, dude, I love PBR. Like I love it, but I don't know if I actually love it. I mean, it's not bad. Considering like your basic American like lagers, it's actually not that bad. But the can's rad, dude. I love the can. It's iconic.
What about
maybe?
Bud Ice?
Mm.
Dude, Bud Ice.
Bad, yeah.
When's the last
Bud
time
Ice
you
isn't
guys
too
had?
bad.
What about the
Oh,
Coors
God.
Light with the mountain that turns
Mountain, the cold can.
the cold can?
You
That's
know
all
it's
we
cold.
have here. Yeah, if it ain't
I just
Coors
remember
Light-
those sick Van Damme commercials for the Coors Light. Do you guys remember those?
Yeah.
At all? Anyone?
I drink Coors Light. I always said if it ain't
Oh, this
Coors
is like,
Light,
what are you talking about?
it ain't right.
No, I drink Michelob Ultra Light on the low.
Michelob Ultra? Okay.
They
No,
make
Michelob
these
Ultra's
cool
not
like
bad.
There's not a
can
single
ones
beer
that look
we
like a
talk about
bottle
here that
now.
I won't drink. I'll drink all those beers. No problem.
So
Yeah,
Stash,
let's do.
to sum up what they tasted like, it basically tasted like they took a bunch of potatoes, dropped it in a vat of Miller Lite, let it soak for a few days,
No, don't
and
even
then just like pull them out and chop them up.
So
don't even.
so it
Don't
actually tasted like beer.
It did not taste. As someone who drinks Miller Lite, it did not taste like Miller Lite. It tasted like shit out of someone's ass.
Okay,
After it's been through the digestive system.
I've got to throw something out here real quick. I know we've derailed, but I've got to derail a little bit further, only because Candy Cast was so successful. Alyssa, if you don't know, we talked about candy on a podcast.
Oh, I know about the
Chat
Candy
went
Cast.
wild.
I
So
thought about getting some.
Hell yeah.
Damn
oh my
you,
gosh.
By the way,
You biter.
we have a whole nother book.
No, I want to ask this because I've always thought this is so bizarre. Listen, we've gotten really good, not us personally, maybe us personally. I don't know all of your guys' personal lives, but we've gotten really good at like emulating certain flavors with our snacks and candies, making them taste like certain foods, like pizza and pickles and all sorts of stuff. But there's one flavor that no matter which variation of snack that I've had that's this flavor, it's never tasted anything close to what this flavor is supposed to taste like, and that's ranch flavored items.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a ranch flavored chip like Cool Ranch Doritos, corn nut ranch flavor, anything with the sunflower seeds that actually tastes like ranch dressing? Anybody?
Like
I've never
ranch.
experienced
Yeah,
that.
I'm anti-ranch.
Cool Ranch Doritos.
Fair enough.
Cool Ranch Doritos, but in the retro bag. They hit
Okay,
different.
'cause
They hit different.
Listen, Cool Ranch Doritos, they're fine, but I get no ranch dressing taste from it. It just tastes like a unique flavor.
That's why I like it. I vomit when I have ranch dressing, but Cool Ranch Doritos are like my favorite chips.
Wait, you don't do ranch?
No,
I don't do.
No,
I could only eat ranch with one food. I only like it with one food. I don't like it with anything else.
What?
The only thing that I like with ranch is like fried chicken. So I have like if I have like a chicken sandwich or chicken tenders or chicken nuggets, I will dip in ranch or ranch with also buffalo. Oh, bomb.
Oh yeah, the buffalo mix.
But I will not put ranch on pizza. I won't put it on French fries. I won't put it on it salad. Nothing else.
Like buffalo,
just chicken.
Celery, baby.
I like food with the side of my ranch, or with the I like ranch with the side of food. So,
all right.
Well,
Me
too. I went.
Oh, how are those? I need to know, Eric. How are they? Are they good?
They're pretty decent.
And then
I like dill pickle flavored stuff. I don't know why. I like chips. It's good.
Interesting.
You haven't tried these ones yet.
Nope. I'm too busy making the airhead the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Airy.
Back on track.
Airy.
Yeah.
Mario Kart.
It's the word of the day. Ah!
Back on track. Mario Kart.
Back on track. With stories. I had 2 days worth of Switch 2 stuff because last night I went with Nate and stuff like that.
Talk about. Yeah.
And then this morning I had all my deliveries from my 3 Switches delivered today from giveaways. Well, I went home last night after recording the unboxing video, whatnot with Nate, and I fell asleep a little bit and woke up and read a text. I'm like, hey, cool, my Switch is here. The Switch is here. So I ran down, opened the door. Well, the package wasn't at the door. I'm like, shit. What the hell's going on? So I panicked for like a little bit.
Horrifying. Yeah.
And then I went and asked my dad who was home, and I'm like, did you see this? He goes, no. I'm like, damn it, what the hell? So I was like, I looked at the picture. I'm like, yeah, no. Called my mom. Oh, that was yours? I just grabbed it off the steps and just took it. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. She didn't even look at who it was for. She just grabbed it and put it in her car and drove to work. I'm like, really? I mean, at least it's safe and not stolen, but goddamn, give me a heart attack.
You'll read the name of the box.
Yeah, right. And then freaking I go down to get Nate's shit from Best Buy, and he only put my name on one of his fucking orders. So I had to call him. It was only on the one.
The games were bought each separately on different days. So there was three
weird.
orders.
That's weird because the games were together on one
they were
order.
together because I put your name on both, so they put them together.
Oh, Okay, fair enough. And then so out of the 2 out of the 3, then he had put my name down. So I had to call him and I was like, Jesus, this is dumb. So
Well, it does have his name. It kind of would make sense you'd pick it up.
Well, right, but because it didn't have my
so
name
I'm on some shitty Wi-Fi. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Best Buy's website's crashing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like switch it to your name. I don't know what the fuck's that. It ended up working out. But
yeah, it did.
by the way, Stash, that's the proper airhead reduction for maximum
I see
flavor.
that.
God.
Yeah, no, that's impressive, man.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to get you to do.
I still have to try this. I still have to try it.
Well,
Oh,
no. It's good. It is good.
Oh my god. This is how you eat airheads. It's the proper
See, this
way.
is why we need you to soundboard the "Oh my God, I feel it."
Did I keep that recording? I think I still have it somewhere. Anyway, Mario Kart.
Yes.
We'll end with Mario Kart, the
Yep.
big launch game. Gamer, you said you had a lot you want to say about it, so I'll let you go.
Well, I want to let you guys go first because I feel like I went on for quite a while in the intros about it. So you guys go ahead and share your thoughts first, and I'll just jump into whatever's
If you
left
want
over.
Chash's thoughts, go watch his preview for Mario Kart from the Switch 2 experience.
Yeah,
Because you don't have any more thoughts. You haven't played it
pretty
yet.
much. I love it. I love the knockout tour mode. It's everything that I said, and everyone's saying it now, which I'm very happy that everyone likes it because it's a very competitive mode.
And the
That's
last
where it's
time
at.
Ash played, he won. And I want to note the last time I played, I won. We're on the same field now. Now, granted, I lost like 7 times before that, but
I mean, we're also on the same team, too.
That's right.
Like
that's right.
we got two winners on the podcast.
I never wanted to play as the cow fucking ever. I come back to do the game, and we're already set up with a bunch of people on my stream, and he had the fucking cow. And of course, that's the one I win with. It's the one I win was the cow. I'm like, God damn it.
It was because I had just gotten flattened by the cow in the previous race and knocked out. So the chat was going, everybody needs to be a cow because the cow took me out the last round before that. So I switched it over to a cow, and Nate didn't even realize it, and all of a sudden he was racing with the cow and won.
I'm like, this is stupid. My first
Cow's gonna get a lot of play.
character I never wanted to be. I never wanted to play the cow. Ever. Not even once.
Sad part is I told him, hey, I actually even brought him back to the character select
No,
screen.
I thought you did select a different character. I sat down and I'm just like, all right, everyone's here, hit start. I'm the fucking cow. Granted, I was coming from a stressful situation with the kids, so I wasn't paying as much attention. I'm like, God damn. And then I won. I'm like, but I'm dude, the win's a little bit tempered because I'm a fucking cow. All right. Stash, domination. Eric.
Yep.
What are your overall thoughts on Mario Kart right now?
I'm
as we
enjoying
stand
it.
today.
Knockout Tour is freaking amazing. Goddamn cow flattened me. So that was hilarious and fun and butt clenching with the each time you go through the portals. And then I mean, it doesn't even matter what position you're in. I mean, you could be, in fourth, and it's still kind of like you can feel the anticipation build up as you're going through it, and even though you're safe on the first few, and it's like because it just feels like all of a sudden you're like Gamebird said, you're first, you're in last, you're in the middle, it just keeps like bouncing around, and it's crazy. Yeah. So it feels like it's very well. The items are spaced out well enough that it feels really good, and yeah, I mean I've done just a little bit of open world. It was not too bad. It was pretty fun. I still have yet to figure out what the question mark blocks do. I've gotten like 4 of them in the first world. Well, first world, whatever it is. The bottom world by Mario there. So I don't have them all complete yet, so I don't know what they actually unlock or what they do, but we'll find out. And I did a couple P things, and like I said, they're just the right, at least the like 4 or 5 of them that I did, they're just the right difficulty. So
I personally, after doing knockout and doing some Grand Prix, I think that I need to go play free roam next. And I'm saying this because I know Nintendo made this big deal out of free roam. I kind of feel like free roam's a tutorial. I suck at grinding. I suck at wall riding, and all that shit's a bunch of piece of itch quests.
Yeah, the hardest part of the game for me that I'm like, I need to practice this. I need to kind of like figure out how to do it right is the charge jump onto rails and to do the wall riding. I have no problem landing on rails or going on like the little rail ramps that bring you up. Occasionally I had some pretty successful charge jumps, but I'm just not good at it. Occasionally I would like drift by mistake, and I'm like, I wasn't trying to drift to the side. I was trying to do a charge jump. I have not successfully landed a charge jump onto a higher up rail. We'll see with time and practice, but I agree. I feel like free roam is obviously there's little hidden collectibles and the P buttons, which I haven't tried yet. But I imagine that it serves just to make you a better player and to learn tracks, learn the secret routes, because the tracks are huge in this game. Like there are zones when you're going through the courses, whether it's Grand Prix or Knockout, where it's like everyone's clustered in and it's chaos and people are getting ran over and shells are flying. You're like, holy hell! But then there are also moments where the track is super open and wide, and you kind of see branching paths, and you see like grinding rails that go up to like other platforms, where like we'd go through a track twice and be like, dude, I haven't even seen like those paths yet. It's gonna take, I feel like this game compared to other games in the series, I feel like it's gonna take a lot longer and a lot more time to really learn and understand the depth of each track and like the most efficient routes to take, because it was a lot of like, do I go left or do I go right? In 8 Deluxe, a lot of it was like, left or right is like who's above and who's below, but it's pretty similar, whereas this, it seems like there was a little bit more intricacies, but I don't know. There's a lot of depth here. I had no problem. I know some people were concerned about like the long straightways and the more wide and open, but there were so many of those tense moments where like everyone was clustered together, or where you all meet up, like you're in first and you're like, I'm crushing, and then all of a sudden, like you didn't get hit by anything, but all of a sudden you're in sixth because people took a certain path or shortcut. I'm like, what the hell just happened? So that's going to be fun to discover. And I don't know about you guys, I found myself sacrificing my positioning just to grab the food, because I've said it a dozen times. I love unlockables. I love collecting and unlocking things, getting really excited for the new skins and costumes. And I've gotten some really good ones. I was playing Wario today, and at first I thought I unlocked a Spartan outfit, but then I realized it's like a play on the Road Warrior, but you have this ridiculous yellow like mohawk with a helmet and stuff. It's rad. But yeah, unlocking the costume.
I love the Road
absolutely.
Warrior.
It's one of my favorites, but yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah, I really like the outfits. I'm probably going to be Cowboy Mario.
Yep.
Because
it's classic.
We almost look alike. I live out here in the desert. I wear cowboy hats too. It's like it's perfect. It's a perfect match.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I need to unlock anything else, but I will for the completionist's sake, right? Nate, what are you pouring there?
They hit the 69 streak, which means I have to chug a beer. And it's never been more appropriate than to celebrate the Switch 2 launch. You had the cigar.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I deep dived my thoughts on the game. I mean, just to sum it up, music, phenomenal. Visuals, beautiful. The colors pop. I love the new animations. I love how much character this one has compared to all the previous entries. Just from like the character gestures and the costumes. I love that they got rid of car parts. I kind of hated that it was like a pain waiting for people to customize their carts.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Like,
and then
trying to do like the meta builds and shit.
Yeah,
like, hey, let's just race, man. Let's see who's better.
And you always ended up with like a really shitty looking cart with like really tiny wheels and stuff like that. And
exactly,
I don't know. Like the carts are really neat looking in this one. I mean, we unlocked this really cool motorcycle that's like this really shiny koi fish motorcycle that's so nice. I'm like, oh my gosh, this one is so sick. But yeah, the just the animations, the visuals, the music, right off the bat. I'm loving the tracks. Some of the reimagined tracks are really wonderful. The balance of, like I said, how it's like, unlike previous entries, like you end up far ahead and like that's it for the entire race. Whereas this one, there's a lot more, like your position can change a lot more. The AI feels better. There's no items that I hate in this game, which is really nice, where I'm like, this item's lame. I like all the items. Kamek's a lot of fun. I really like the mushroom that makes you big, and I got that. It was my on one of the races, it was my first item, and we were all clustered together. So I literally ran over like 12 riders within it. It was just a hilarious sight right from the get-go. I'm like, I love this so much. Knockout is easily, in my opinion, the best mode we've ever had in a Mario Kart game, period. And we've talked about this many times, but dude, Mario Kart Knockout Tour or Knockout mode, we got to make it happen at some point.
Seattle,
so much fun.
Seattle, it's time.
Absolutely,
You gotta make it happen.
Absolutely. But yeah, I this is the most fun I've had at launch. I haven't done anything single player. It's been strictly multiplayer with my friend, and we just had shitting and grins the whole time, man. We were just like, we kept complimenting the music, the visuals, how much we like the courses, all the interchangeableness of like cutting through the tracks and seeing like the track from like different perspectives. Just really, really cool. And it's a game that, like, you know, Nintendo already hinted it's the tip of the iceberg, but one that I imagine if gets the amount of attention and love that Mario Kart 8 got, dude, I cannot wait to see what this game looks like in 5 years, 6 years, because if they add new worlds and it becomes more of like, it's a world's DLC or whatever we get, oh my God, it's going to be glorious, dude.
It's going to be, guys. You put money on that.
I agree, though, that it does seem like
take it to the bank.
Like an acquired skill to try to like jump off onto the walls, because I've been struggling with that as well. But I've also been doing a lot of the free roam, and a lot of the missions do kind of like train you and help you try to figure out a lot of the mechanics. So I really like that. And like Eric said, it is kind of just like that right perfect mark of difficulty. There are some where it actually takes me like a good amount of retries to do it, but each time you like figure out, you're like, okay, so that's how I do that. Oh, I need to avoid that. I need to make sure I take this turn a little tighter. But I'm loving Mario Kart. I think this is the most fun I've had playing Mario Kart since like the Wii, but I was also a child and playing with my family. So it was like, yeah, so it's like very like nostalgic and focused, but this is like, I'm experiencing the like world and just driving around and finding all kinds of stuff. And it's really cool, like when you're racing and then like Kamek does something and you all turn into a character, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you unlocked this character now. And it's like, ooh, like even if I don't want to race as them, it's just like that feeling of like, oh, I got something. Like it's random and a surprise. And then you get like all these stickers and stuff you can put on your cart or your bike.
The stickers too.
So it's cool when you're like, oh, I really like that one. So then you like change it, you know?
And I gotta say too, like it's annoying to say that, like, we still live at a time, despite like how far games have come, where like for whatever reason there are still like big games where it's really convoluted to join local online with a friend. And Nintendo's been guilty of that in the past, and to see it be so seamless and so easy where we didn't have to be like, how do we do this, and just be so quick, was just a really nice surprise. You know, I hate when these sort of experiences are packaged with an apology, like they just didn't quite nail it. But this one's great. And I watched my buddy briefly when I was, you know, I had to step away for a little bit, just seamlessly enter free roam from like the main menu. It's so cool. Like the UI just disappears and you're in free roam. Was like rad. That was like next gen, like super next gen feeling moment to watch that. All of a sudden, I was literally the main menu of the game is free roam that you're not controlling. You hit free roam, the UI just disappears and you're just cruising.
Yeah, because all of a sudden I was in a tunnel. I was in a tunnel. I hit free roam, and my character just kept going straight into the wall. I'm like, wait, what? Am I? Oh,
Yep.
I'm actually go. Oh, I'm going. Okay.
Yeah. So just an amazing experience. I love the balance. It feels like this is going to be one too, despite being so welcoming and like easy. Like just like feels like a great entry point for the series for anyone who's like curious to dip into Mario Kart. But it also feels like, oh wow, this one has a high skill cap, and I could see people getting really competitive with this. The only mode that I played, I didn't do versus yet. The only mode I didn't care for was Coin Rush, which again, maybe with like a full party of friends, it could be pretty fun, or like drinking, making it a drinking game. But finishing that, I'm like, yeah, let's go back to Knockout Tour or Grand Prix.
Okay. So it's kind of interesting because I'm having a lot more fun so far with Mario Kart than I've had with Mario Kart in a long time. And to me, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best Mario Kart ever. And the thing is, we just had it for so long. So they're doing a lot of new things. I haven't tried out free roam yet, so I don't have a lot of to say about it, other than I do think it's more of a tutorial mode, which happens. I'm not saying it can't be fun. There could be some cool Easter eggs and some cool stuff, but it does feel like a tutorial mode from what I've seen, which is why I haven't touched it. But it's also why I'm also worse than every person I race against at doing literally anything in this game that isn't from a prior Mario Kart game. So that's why I said I feel like I need to dive into it next. But that's the thing is like I did one Grand Prix and it felt good, man. I like the changes they made. I like it a lot. So I'm excited to like get to the Rainbow Road one and unlock that and see what that's all about. I know it's already out there, but I haven't looked at it yet. I'll do it for myself. And then, Knockout Tour. Everyone's kind of already said it, man. Dude, the whole game could just be Knockout Tour and I'd be happy. I literally could be addicted to this for years and years and years and years. Mm-hmm. My kids haven't even played it yet. They've only done like versus mode and like normal. So they were playing a little bit. I'm like, okay, when am I going to tell them about this Knockout Tour mode? Because it's fucking insane. It's insane. It's intense. It's awesome. Dude, I love the 24 players. Not just in Knockout Tour, but just in general. I love it. It creates chaos. And then even if you think you're like way ahead, like you look at the mini map, just wait. Someone's coming.
Yeah.
There's always someone. You're not, because like there are times in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, not like even when you're playing online, if you are just better than everyone, you are almost lapping people.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen in this game. But in some cases, it quite can't literally because you don't really do laps per se. Right. There are modes that have laps, but you know what I mean? Like, so technically, you can't lap them, but I don't think it's going to be that crazy. Like even when I won and I was like a pretty significant distance away from the person in third, that happened because when I entered the final four, I had two really fucking sick ass items that put the distance.
Yeah.
I'm like, like right before then I had a bullet bill right when everyone got fucking nailed by lightning.
Yeah.
And I just fucking boom. I'm like, this is hilarious.
You build and then lightning hit at the perfect time. And then I think right before the last, I think the power-ups right before the last, like where it went down to 4, I think you hit a star. And then, or it was a star and 3 red shells.
Yep.
And then you just took off because, at that point it was like, holy shit.
I'm like, oh, well, if anyone gets past me, I got 3 red shells. Right. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the new animation and like the way it works when you get hit by the lightning bolt?
Love
I thought that was really cool. I was like, they changed that. It's nice. Yeah. And I don't feel like you stay tiny as long, but you all like stop. You lose your momentum and all your items.
Yeah.
But
it's a great change. And another amazing detail that I want to point out, I kept commenting how much I loved this. If you guys notice or experience this while you guys were racing, when you're on a road and there's incoming traffic and you hit a car head on, your car flips over and stuff, you like tumble out and then you go back at it. But so awesome that they added this little detail, just the attention to detail. I love. If you clip a vehicle, you don't tumble out. Your car like swerves and like tips a bit and then you keep going. There is a difference between clipping traffic and actually full-blown collision with it. And I thought that was just such cool attention to detail.
I also love
Little
like
things
the
like
tumble
that,
animation
that's awesome.
instead of like the spin out. I like
Yep.
that little
Oh,
change
yeah.
too.
I feel like with this one, if you get when you get hit by an item, you don't like you aren't as stalled as long. It feels like you're back racing a little bit faster. It feels like you're. It feels like you. I mean,
That was intentional.
You get 24
It hurts.
racers.
It hurts, but it doesn't like you're not like okay, come on, let's go,
But
come on.
I'll tell you why. So there's 24 racers.
Yeah.
You could potentially get hit by like 12 items. In a row.
I know.
Imagine if it had
Yeah.
the same slowdown timing
yeah.
as 8. My God,
Yeah.
you're done. Everyone finished the race already.
Yeah, right.
Before
Yeah.
you even move.
It's kind of like it's basically like in other games, but when you get hit with items, it's like you get staggered a little bit and you fall back a little bit, but
Mhm.
you can still
Mhm.
pretty quickly get back to hitting the ground running, which I think is awesome. And
Right. Yep.
that was one thing I actually really liked about playing at Switch 2 experiences when you did get hit with something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Even falling off the level, it's like you feel like you get back pretty quickly, and it doesn't take like to you like forever to drop you down and go away, and it's like, oh here, all right, bye.